Hi guys, today I'm going to share with you an easy way to fight back against your health insurance company if they don't cover a charge you feel should be covered. But before we go into that, what I want to do is if you want to be alerted every time I go live on Facebook, and I kind of suggest you do, if not for the content value, then simply for the comedy of it all, because as you guys know, I'm really not too sharp when it comes to technology. Usually something goes wrong, my cat will knock the tripod over, I won't be able to shut off the phone. That'll happen today, you watch. So if you indeed want to get those notifications, look at the little presentation I put together for you. You go into Facebook and you go into your settings. Ah! See, I told you every time this happens. See, this is why you need to get notified. It just never fails. I love this thing. Okay, back to what we're doing. Settings. Then you go to notifications. Can you even see this? Yes. Then on Facebook, you want to put on your sounds to make sure that you are notified when something happens. And then you make sure that you click Facebook Live so that it'll tell you when I'm going live and you can watch silliness like you just saw. Okay, let's go back to fighting against your insurance company. Sit back, relax, enjoy this show. A couple of months ago, you may have seen I was having heart palpitations and I had to wear a heart monitor, so I posted it on Facebook. Now, you guys were so overly concerned, and I appreciate that. I had to take it off because everyone was worried I was dying. But I had to get this procedure done, wear it for 2 weeks, which was not inexpensive. It was about $1,000 after everything was said and done. And insurance covered most of it. I had to pay my deductible, and then, of course, there was the stuff that insurance wouldn't pay that the doctor's office absorbed and ate. But there was a $69 charge that they didn't cover. Now, normally, within a $1,000 overall charge, if they're covering most of it, $69, I'll just pay for it. I'm not going to fight with these guys. I don't have the time. As you know, I have a little more time these days to look into things, so I said, I'm going to figure out what this is about. And I call up my insurance company, and I say, insurance lady, can you explain this to me? And she said, oh, yes. Well, this is for interpretive services, and your plan doesn't cover that. I said, what are interpretive services? And she said, well, you know, it's when a doctor reads the results of your test. And I said, so let me get this straight. You guys are going to pay for me to wear a heart monitor, but you're not going to pay for the doctor to read the results to see if, I don't know, I'm having a heart attack or something? She said, yep, that would be the case. Does that make sense to you? That's like if you think you have a broken leg and going in to get an x-ray and nobody coming back and reading the x-ray to say, yes, we need to put you in a cast. Pretty ridiculous. And I said, you know what? I don't think that's fair. Can I appeal that decision? Why, yes, you may. We will mail you out a form, and you can fill out exactly why you think we should cover this, and then you can mail it back to us. And I said, can't you just email it to me, and I'll scan it back to you? Can I fax it? Oh, no. It has to go by mail, because God forbid they make anything easy for us. So, while I'm waiting for this to come in the mail, I call up my doctor's office and I speak to his assistant and I explain the situation, which similarly she thinks is ridiculous. And I ask her if she can look into something, and this is a trick I learned when I was investigating insurance companies and all of their funky billing practices. And I said, is there any way you can re-look at this, resubmit it under a different code? Now, if you don't know what that means, every procedure you get at the doctor's office has my cats are fighting, by the way, this is outstanding, has a code assigned to it, a number. And when they send it to the insurance company, let's say it's code number 228, a computer will read it and say, procedure 228, not covered. Procedure number 229, that's covered. Very arbitrary like that. So I said, can you relook at that and see if you could resubmit it? She said she would do that. Well, get my form in the mail from the insurance company, but in the interim I get a phone call back from the hospital which says, guess what, your charges have been covered and you owe $0. Now, you too can do that same thing. Don't just say to when the insurance company says you have to pay this, I'm going to pay it. Because remember, they are in the business to make money, and the way they make money is by denying charges. So when your company comes back to you, take the time, go to your doctor and say, is there any way you can look at what we can do with this claim? And you might get a reaction like I did or an outcome like I did and not have to waste all your time mailing forms back to the insurance company and fighting with them. And that's the bottom line. Now let's see if we can close this lovely live video without yet one more problem. I'm going to try. See? Always fun. See you later, guys.